Okay, I'm gonna finish the kind of the series here on putting the decals on the nameplates for the Jetstar 3 Super. Supply for the U302, the M670, G900, G1000. I'm gonna do the front emblems off this Jetstar. This is what comes with for the MM on the front. You get the white backing with the black MM, and then next I'll be doing the small Minneapolis Moline, so it's got the white backing and the Minneapolis Moline also. But we're going to start over here. I've already cleaned off the plates. These plates didn't come super clean. There's, I don't know, some kind of pitting in there, so it was really hard to get a nice smooth finish on it. But these plates, you know, being 51 years old, sometimes that happens. So that's where I'm at right now, and we're going to do these. Alright, so what I've done is I've positioned the aluminum plate underneath the white backing here, kind of centered it all around. I've put some Scotch tape down on the one end just to keep it from moving, and then I will kind of fold the backing back and bring this back down just to keep everything from moving. Then I'm going to pull the backing away, if I can get a hold of it here. And we're covered. So, take my Scotch tape off real quick. And I'm going to do this like I did the side badges. I'm going to just start working in a corner. These are a little different because you don't have the raised edge like you do on the side emblems. I'm just going to work my way around the M here, getting it to stick. I haven't done one of these front emblems in quite a while, so and like on the side emblems, I'm going to just make little air holes at the peaks of the spaces here in the M's, just to let some of that air out, help it lay flat. You got to let that air escape. You're just going to work your fingernails around the edges just to get that backing to stick to the plate itself. And once I've got it pretty well done, I'm just going to use my X-Acto knife and go around and trace the outline of the M. And these, just like the side emblems, when I removed them, I used my heat gun and heated the back side of the nose piece there, and then Used a paint scraper and carefully got these off so I didn't bend them. And then I tried to clean them up the best I could using brake cleaner and red Scotch-Brite pad. So once I have it traced out, which I think I've got her pretty well done, just pick a corner and peel it off. Again, being careful here, make sure it doesn't peel up like it's kind of doing there. So I'm going to recut that and push that back down so I keep my white. I appreciate you guys I know my voice can be kind of monotone, and this isn't the most exciting thing in the world to be watching, but if you're going to do it, I know it's got to be helpful if you've never done anything like this before, just to see how it's done. But once you see it done, it's really not hard to do. This is probably by far the easiest of all the emblems to do, just because you've got a lot less cutting to do. And I'm really hopeful tomorrow to keep working on this Jetstar 3. I got some parts today from Wendell Everett. Got the hydraulic pump seal kit, and then the throwout bearing, the grease tube that goes in there, along with the torque seal and the rear crank seal. And then he sent the other day the pressure plate and clutch. So I'm hoping that by weekend's end, this being Friday, hopefully tomorrow I can get the seal kit in the hydraulic pump, and then Sunday we can do the clutch stuff. I think my buddy Joe Pro is going to come down, and we're going to do the seals and get the clutch back in it. Should be nice to get that part done. I don't have the band to go around the PTO brake band yet, but that is hopefully on its way, and we'll get that done also. Get this Jetstar project complete. So there we have it. It's done. Now I just need to apply the black letters. So much like the side emblems, the best way to do these is to cut the emblems in two, peel off the rear backing, and then center it up. And once you think you got it on there pretty good, start pressing it down. Get that black letter to adhere to the top of it. peel that top piece off and put a little more pressure on it just to make sure it's stuck on there good. And then do the same thing with the second M. If I can do this, anybody can, because I do not have a great eye of keeping things straight. Usually I get things just a little crooked, but somehow I seem to line these up fairly well. It's not too hard if you just look at all the edges and check it just before you stick it. That's done, and then to finish it, just going to trace the outside of the plate. Kind of just push down on these edges again to make sure I get good adhesion. You always want to make sure you get a good cut on all the edges. I'm going to just press down on these edges again. Make sure I get a good stick. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find my screw holes. Just run my X-Acto around inside of them. And we're done. There are some air bubbles in this I'll probably try to work out, but some of that is going to be the way that there was some pitting in it and it didn't get real smooth. That's why when you're prepping these, you want to try to get them as smooth as possible. Just aluminum is sometimes not extremely forgiving. So that's what it looks like when you do the front MM. Alright, I'm doing the front, the small MM now, and I've already started doing this the exact same way that I did the big MM, just working it down across, and then this has got a little bit of a bow in it from going around that front piece. The plate does. So I'm going to just try to get it to lay flat here for this little bit of the application. I got a little bit of a wrinkle down here. I can just pull up my white and then lay it back down. Alright, kind of like on the side plates, I'm going to just cut around a couple of these, and then I'm going to speed this up so that you are not completely bored out of your minds watching me do this. Just kind of work it down with my fingernail, cut around, doing the E here if you can't tell. This is definitely a little bit tougher because this is small. Harder to get my fingers down in there to push everything down. This is the hardest part right here, and these E's and the M's and N's where you get in those little spots. It's the hardest place to get these the white to stay down in there. See, everyone's starting to pull out, so I'm just going to make sure it's cut good and then push it back down in there. There you go. Do that all the way down, but I'll speed it up so you're not so bored. So I'm going to put just a couple letters on here, and then I'm going to speed it up. I've been speeding it up ×8. So if you wonder how long this takes, you're watching it 8 times faster than I can do this. So again, I'm just going to peel off the backing on the E. I'm going to position it over. Definitely harder. I'd forgotten how hard these front ones are because everything's small and it's hard to fit in there. I'm going to press on there pretty good. And you have big clumsy fingers. This is not easy. It's not hard, but it just takes a little bit more time. So I'm going to speed this up, and then I'm going to cut around the edge probably fast, and you'll get to see the finished product here in a minute. Alright, and there's the finished product. So it takes a little bit of time, but it's not bad. It's harder on these. You can see here in the small parts of the letters, it's hard to get the white in there. When I clean these, I mostly just clean the black and try to leave as much white of the original in there as I can in case the decals peel up. But that's kind of what it looks like. I'd say not bad. Better than if I tried to paint it, that's for sure. So that's going to conclude the series, 3-part series on putting these decals on. If you're interested in them, I advertise in Prairie Gold Rush. You can message me on Facebook at Andy Ohio MM is my Facebook page, and you know, I'll try to help you out the best that I can. As always, if you can like and subscribe to my video, I'm gonna try to keep doing these. Hopefully you're finding them helpful, and just trying to preserve a little bit of the Minneapolis Moline heritage here by doing little things to help keep these tractors the way they were when they were new. Thanks a lot.